Hey guys, it's me, Teresa Perrin. Welcome back. Since I did a video on AMC, I didn't think it was fair to leave APE out. And I actually read an article that had a few excellent points about APE and the comparison between APE and AMC. So I wanted to share those with you. This will be a brief video, but very factual, and will give you an update to the short interest and other things going on with APE. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Let's get into it. In case you missed it, I'm going to start with this article. Short sellers target AMC's preferred equity, APE. And this came out on Friday, guys. I'm not going to read the whole thing. That would be boring. But I am going to give you some interesting facts. In fact, APE has now set a higher average volume than AMC, sitting at 71.5 million. That's 22.5 million more in average volume than AMC's. This morning, ticker symbol APE rose to 100% in utilization, indicating short sellers have now gone into a full blown out short selling spree. Guys, with utilization at 100%, that is extremely bullish. That is one of the main things that you want to see in order for a squeeze to happen, which is why I'm pointing this out. AMC and APE closed with 35.7 million and 13.6 million in volume, respectively, on Friday. According to the reported short interest data provided by Ortex, APE is currently being shorted more than AMC stock. And guys, that's true. We're going to get into the Ortex in a minute. And if you haven't already, I did break that down in my AMC video for what AMC's short interest is. AMC and APE currently have approximately the same market cap of 4.7 billion each due to the split. And guys, of course, we should already know this, but I wanted to point that out so that everyone is aware of what the market cap is. On Friday, guys, AMC was down 3.07% and an additional 2.11% in the after hours for a decrease of 35 cents total. Currently, it is sitting at $6.48. In the last week, AMC is down 50% or 7.16% from where it opened at $6.98 originally, which, guys, I am very confused by that because they said that AMC and APE are considered equal, right? Then shouldn't have the price been split in half exactly? So I'm kind of confused. If anybody knows what's going on with that, I would really appreciate you commenting below and telling me your thoughts. Now, here's where things get good. According to Ortex, the short interest is 28.27% on APE, which is down 6.53%. Apparently on Friday, they borrowed 12.95 million shares, but they returned 23.14 million shares for a decrease of 10.18 million shares on loan. Now, the cost to borrow on average is 17.59%. The max is 79.92%. And guys, I've seen this a few times, which is something I want to point out. Look at the minimum. How do you have a negative 0.15% unless you're paying people to short APE? That makes 0 cents. And this isn't the first time I've seen it. And in the past, when I've seen it, it's generally right before a stock has a major run. And I believe the reason for this is because they are trying to give them some kind of incentive to short. How else do you get a negative number? Doesn't add up. All right. Now, according to Fintel, which, guys, my question mark and SI is because why is it that Fintel has no update on the short interest? I mean, I know they only have to report every 15 days, and I'm guessing that that's the reason for it. But I just find it kind of odd that there's nothing, and yet Ortex has it. So just wanted to point that out. But the off-exchange volume, believe it or not, is actually only 23.66% being traded in the dark pool, guys. I found that extremely interesting because obviously if you watched my last AMC video, you know that it was based on the fact that the dark pool trading has been through the roof, like over 65%. So why is it significantly less in APE? Could it be that the utilization is 100%, as it shows right here, guys? Have 100%. And then something else I found odd. Now, this is in the same day and the same time. It showed on Ortex, depending on where you looked, that the short interest was 30.25% of the free float. But then when it had the breakdown area, it showed that 28.27%, which was different. And I found that very strange, right? And then as you can see, the free float that's on loan is 30.25%, which was an exact match, which normally is not the case. So I'm kind of confused, but I thought I would point that out to you additionally. Now, with the utilization at 100%, how is it that APE still has 850,000 shares available to short? I mean, clearly there's probably hedge funds out there that are, that own this in order to sell it short and collect on the cost to borrow. So that would be my thought process on that, but something that we should be paying attention to, because we would like to see this eventually decrease to zero, that there's no shares available to short. That would give me a good indicator that we are about to make a nice boom to the upside. And the cost to borrow on it, according to Fintel, is 25.66%. And going back and comparing that to Ortex, it's actually higher than their average, which is 17.59%. So I just like to look at the two because I always find it interesting that they don't seem to coincide, guys. And then here's just the dark pool volume for you, what percentage is being sent to the dark pool. So as you can see, on Monday it was 44.14%, and then the rest of the week it was between 20 and 25%. So interestingly enough, it is substantially lower than AMC. So I am interested to see how the stock moves next week. Again, it was my expectation, and I don't know that I addressed this, but in case I did or didn't, I'm going to tell you now. My anticipation with APE was that initially we would see this shorted significantly. And my thought process was that they were trying to scare out as much retail as they could, which I know that some retail did sell and bought APE in place of it. But I think that where the utilization is 100%, with the cost to borrow should be starting to go up this week. And I'd like to look to see that more shares, that the shares on loan, that the shares available to short goes down. When that happens, when the cost to borrow continues to go up, guys, I think we are going to see a nice reversal to the upside. And depending on where you look on Ortex, anywhere between 28 and 30% is significant short volume, a percentage of short interest, on the stock. So I think that as that continues to go up, guys, we're going to see the price start to move to the upside. And I believe that APE and AMC will continue to trend together. So I don't expect them to diverge much from each other. They may not go at the same rates. It's hard to tell. But I do think that, if AMC is going up, APE will be going up and vice versa. So if AMC is going down, APE will go down. I think they will trade as a pair, or at least they should, because essentially they are the same stock and same value, correct? So I would be very concerned if I were to see that, diverge from each other. That would make a lot of questions come to mind. But guys, the reason why I kept my APE too is because I noticed that hedge funds were buying into APE. So it made me question why. And they were shorting AMC. Why would they be shorting AMC and going long APE, knowing that APE is going to eventually get diluted? So my plan initially was to sell APE, but I decided to keep it and play it out, see what happens. Because if the hedge funds are doing that, I'm going to follow the flow of money and I'm going to see what happens. And I think that we're going to see a move up, and that eventually, I think Adam Aaron's very bright. I believe that he will sell into the run up, which is exactly what he should do. So be prepared for that as it happens, but they may need that to keep the run going. Because if there's only so many shares and clearly it's at 100% utilization, we own it, we're not selling it, they continue to short it, something's got to give eventually. So anyways, looking forward to an exciting week. Hopefully we see a nice move up. Thanks so much for watching.